now. So this is what we're watching, an area of rotation right over I-10, where I-10 meets the French Quarter and the CBD, kind of that junction right there, and going into Tremay and Lafitte. There's a tight area of rotation right here. So the French Quarter, you can see there on the map. We've also got the strong winds pushing. This is going to be heading towards the Bywater. This is going to be heading towards the Marigny. So if you're anywhere in the Bywater or Marigny, you definitely need to be in your tornado safe spot. Now, I will say the other area of rotation we're really watching ramp on up is on the West Bank. This is going to be down towards Woodmere and kind of on the outskirts of the West Bank once you start to get south into Upper Plaquemine. So Belle Chase, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. And this, as I said, is a pretty large tornado warning that includes pretty much the entire New Orleans metro. But the one we're really watching right now, and it's, I'll tell you right now, it's about to cross over the station here at WWL, and I'm going to know pretty soon what the winds are doing. Let me go to our tower cam here in the French Quarter. This is sitting on top of our station. This is the rotation passing right over this camera right now. And what we're going to be watching here are any signs that power is still on here. I can tell you just looking at all of our other cameras, but this tornado warning is going to pass right over, this area of rotation is going to pass right over here, channel 4. Which is in the French Quarter. Now, if you're just joining us, this tornado warning includes most of the New Orleans metro from New Orleans to the east. It does not include Kenner or Metairie, but we are seeing this area of rotation, and you can see there how quickly things just improved visually on our tower cam here in the west, or here in the French Quarter, and I'm trying to listen outside to see what the winds are doing. I want to flip this camera around. I want to track this rotation as much as we can and zoom down just a little bit, and we're going to swing this thing on over here to the east. Notice lots of heavy rainfall in the French Quarter. As we continue to see this rotation, you can see our guide wire there, some lines on this tower. They are shaking a little bit, nothing too crazy. So winds not unbelievable here in the French Quarter. And now this is the area we're going to be watching right in here. This is looking down Rampart Street towards the Marigny and the Bywater. That's what we're looking at here. Let me look at our north tower. Yeah, of course, those are socked in the rainfall. So right now, looking at this tornado warned storm for the New Orleans area, this is going to be pretty much right over the French Quarter. And now the rotation is tracking more over the river right in here, and going to be heading towards, pretty much running right along the river, so getting into Algiers Point at this point. So if you're in Algiers, anywhere in Algiers, you definitely need to be in your tornado safe spot. This area of rotation is lifting basically due east at this point. So what you're looking at here is, of course, into the heavy rainfall, but we are looking at in that general direction of Algiers Point with our Rampart camera. So that tornado threat has now passed over the quarter. What you're looking at here, that's the quarter. This is the river. That's your rotation right there where you're seeing the strongest rotation, where those winds are rotating here, and it's going to pass right here along the river. This is the river. There's Algiers Point right there, and then through Algiers. So if you're in Algiers, the Bywater, you definitely need to be in your tornado safe spot. An update there. And even if we're not seeing a tornado on the ground, there's definitely some strong winds in this. This is going to be producing maybe some gusts to 60 miles per hour. Let's go full screen with that again. And I do want to mention this other part of this rotation we're watching. This is really tightened up as well. This is going to be heading towards portions of the West Bank. So to give you an idea, this is going to be kind of south of this is going to be south of the West Bank Expressway and heading into the Belle Chase area, Noble Manor. If you're in the English Turn, you definitely need to be in your tornado safe spot, as this is going to be continuing to lift towards the east at a pretty good rate at about 45 miles per hour. So if you're in the English Turn, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. Chalmette, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. Araby, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. These are going to be for these two locations, these two enhanced areas of rotation we're tracking here. And there's going to be one right here. This is a pretty good, pretty strong signal. And then we've got our other area of enhanced right here. And that's going to be tracking right along the river, that north one is. So the tornado threat Currently with this one has now passed the French Quarter, but it's moving over the Bywater. It's about to cross into the Araby area, and this is going to soon be crossing into the Chalmette area. So that's the area of rotation we're watching here. You can see the spin there where you see those brighter colors is the radar sending out its beam, and it's detecting the raindrops and things moving very quickly. This is looking at the velocity in the storm. So these winds are heading in this direction, and then we do have some rotation kind of weaker on this side, but certainly there. And running right along the river. So here's the French Quarter, there's the Marigny, there's the Bywater. So French Quarter, Marigny, it's past you. Bywater still need to be in your tornado safe spot. This is going to be passing into Araby. There's Araby, and then Chalmette is right here off the screen. So this is going to track pretty close to the shore, or to the riverfront right there in Araby, and over towards Chalmette. So anywhere in Araby and Chalmette, definitely be in your tornado safe spot at this point, as the rotation remains fairly strong with this as it moves off towards the east at about 45 miles per hour. The other area of rotation we're watching, this one is also pretty good, pretty strong signature. This is on the west bank. This is going to be traveling up towards the English Turn right in here. Of course, Belle Chase is just south of here, just off the screen, kind of on the northern sides of Belle Chase. And let me zoom out a little bit more to give you an idea. That's the area of rotation. Here's English Turn, right? Here's the river, the turn. There's Violet, there's Porters, there's Chalmette. So Chalmette's worrying about this area of rotation. This area of rotation, there's two different ones, is going to be passing to the south, and this is going to be more of an English Turn problem. So if you're in the English Turn, tornado safe spot right now, what does that mean? Interior closet, lowest level of your house you're in, bathroom, no windows, get in the tub, that type of stuff. Just to protect yourself. You're trying to put as many walls between you and the tornado and what could be a tornado as possible. So let me recap here. If you're just joining us, it is 2:15 a.m. We've got a tornado warning for for most of the New Orleans metro, but there's two areas of rotation we're watching at this point. Now I will say uptown, we're going to give you the all clear from this. We're going to give the all clear in Mid-City, City Park. The area we're still watching is now moving into St. Bernard. So it's right here in the Bywater. This is one. That's going to be Araby. That's going to be Chalmette. And then as you head down, of course, into St. Bernard. So Chalmette and Araby right on your doorstep of where the rotation not as strong as it was, but it's still, excuse me, it is still enough where we're going to continue this tornado warning until 2:45 a.m. So this tornado warning is going to go for another 30 minutes, especially out in here. This is the other area of rotation we're watching. The one is going to be down into the Belle Chase area, but it's going to be passing, these are both going to be passing into St. Bernard. So there's Chalmette. There's our area of enhanced winds we're watching with this. There's our second area of rotation and enhanced winds, going to be right over the English Turn. Of course, Algiers Point here, so you go down through Algiers into here. That's where our area of rotation is going to be, and this is going to be moving into, so Violet, anywhere between Chalmette and Violet is going to have to worry about that one. Chalmette and anywhere east of Chalmette and through Chalmette is going to have to worry about that one that's currently sitting over the Araby area. So those are our two main spots we are watching, and I'll tell you what, these have been, sustaining themselves. They have not really. They have weakened some compared to what it looked like as it came over the French Quarter about 10 minutes ago, but these are still showing some signs of rotation across the area. Now this is our radar out of the airport. I want to look at our radar out of, this is the radar on the North Shore, which is going to be further away, of course, and it's not going to be as high definition. Now we've got our rotation tracker, and it's painting the same picture as what I'm telling you. You've got your two areas of rotation, but that's actually delayed a little bit to what we're showing you with this product right here. And this is just a fantastic tool out of the airport. It updates every nearly minute. It's phenomenal. So two areas of rotation. Chalmette, continue to be in your tornado safe spot, and the English Turn here over towards Violet. This is St. Bernard Parish. Of course, there's the river. There's the English Turn. This is going to be tracking right in here. To give you an idea, there's Tarrytown, Marrero, Gretna over here. You're in the all clear. New Orleans CBD, New Orleans Uptown, New Orleans Mid-City. Those locations, we're going to give you the all clear. The tornado threat is now past you, even though you're still in the warning. That tornado threat has now moved off towards the east, and it's going to be moving into St. Bernard. So we'll likely get an update on this tornado warning pretty soon from the National Weather Service, and they're going to let us know the new box, and it will likely drop most of New Orleans, I would imagine, except for down here in Algiers and the English Turn area. We're going to have to continue to watch this portion of the rotation. If you're in Belle Chase, that rotation is going to be north of you by a couple of miles, maybe not even a couple of miles, maybe a mile, and right there, and traveling off towards the east into Violet. Now, as I mentioned, this is moving at a good rate, so we've been so concerned with our flooding threat lately. The good news, that is not very high with this. Yes, it's raining. We're likely seeing some minor street flooding, but this thing's moving pretty fast as it moves off towards the east. So the heavy rain's not going to last too terribly long with this, and that's not a major concern with this line. It's going to be for this tornado warning. So let me populate this to give you an idea, and you could see. Okay, so we're getting an update in from the National Weather Service, and they're saying that they're going to cancel the tornado warning. We're going to cancel the tornado warning, but they're still going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning. Now, what that means is this storm is still likely producing some perhaps significant winds up to 60 miles per hour. So there are still those two areas we're watching. Chalmette, you've got an area of enhanced winds over you. If you are in Chalmette, don't go outside and take video of this for me, but if you're in shelter and you hear winds picking up, let me know. Text that number, the 529-4444, and let me know what you're seeing in Chalmette. You don't have to send me a picture, just let me know, with words if you're seeing strong winds or anything, or if you've lost power, that type of stuff. Same thing down in Violet. There's that area of enhanced winds. Weaker rotation, certainly, but still some strong winds going to be heading over the river and right over the English Turn. But that is still going to be producing some perhaps up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. That severe thunderstorm warning, now that we're canceling the tornado warning, that goes until 2:30, so we've still got 10 more minutes of this, but it's all moving at a pretty good rate. So this thing's heading off into the marshy areas and eventually over into Lake Bourne pretty soon as this races off towards the east fairly quickly. They said it was moving originally at about let me get my data here, 45 miles per hour. So this thing's moving at a good rate. That's good. That means that flooding threat is not extremely high with this moving on in. So if you're just joining us, let me recap what we got going on. This is, a lot of people are being, the phones went crazy, I'm sure. They do the loud thing. We had a tornado warning. They've canceled the tornado warning. Now we're just looking at a severe thunderstorm warning that's going to continue for most of the New Orleans metro, even though the severe weather threat is now winding down for a big part of New Orleans. There's some heavy rainfall. The strong winds are going to be mainly right up in here through Belle Chase, Chalmette, and into St. Bernard. That's where our highest winds are likely going to be for the next 10 minutes or so as this moves off towards the east, northeast at about 45 miles per hour. So that's what we're looking at with the strong winds. The heavy rainfall threat, yes, there's still rain lingering behind this, but notice once this initial line pushes through, and it has pushed through, there is a little bit of heavy downpour here. There's a lot of just light to moderate rain behind this, and still some lightning, but that's going to be the most intense part of the storm. That's going to continue to push into St. Bernard and eventually out into the lakes and out into the sounds. Now, if you're watching us in Slidell, let me give you an update on the North Shore because you do have a lot of heavy rainfall. You've got a lot of lightning and thunder, very loud storms at this point. This is going to continue to head into Hancock County. Hancock County, your heavy rain potential is going up. Lots of lightning and thunder, maybe some gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour, but there is nothing severe There is nothing severe with that up into the New Orleans or into the Slidell area. So here in the New Orleans area, what we're looking at here, let me recap this before I let you go. The severe weather threat really winding down in New Orleans at this point. Kenner, Metairie, just some light rainfall. There's a little bit of a downpour right here, but that's nothing too severe, maybe a little gusty winds. This is the most intense part of the storm that's just now moving through Chalmette, Belle Chase, Araby here, Bywater, Marigny. So really anywhere in New Orleans, the weather is going to start to improve, the severe weather threat at least. You're still going to see some light rain, but that is, much less than what we saw with this line moving through. So the tornado threat has really dropped off as well, even though this is still likely producing some strong wind gusts, perhaps up to 60 miles per hour, and that's going to continue to head into and through St. Bernard. So that's what we're looking at with that severe thunderstorm warning. Along and down the line from there, you're looking at not as an intense line of storms, but still some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two from Jean Lafitte down into lower Lafourche, down into lower Terrebonne. So from Cocodrie, Port Fourchon, Leeville, Galliano, Golden Meadow, and into Plaquemines Parish, you're going to get this line. That's not as intense, but still going to produce some showers and maybe a little lightning. Behind that, we just got some light rain for Thibodaux, Homa, nothing crazy there. Severe weather threat has really come on down there, and we're just going to continue to track what is left of this line. So if you're just joining, a recap, severe thunderstorm warning continues until another 5 minutes, but things improving here in New Orleans. We just got a little bit of rainfall at this point, lots of lightning, lots of thunder, but things should start to improve pretty soon for most of the metro, and that tornado warning has now been canceled. Of course, we'll be right back here if there are any new updates or new warnings issued, but in the meantime, we're going to throw you back to regular programming.
Cesar Malone is joining us now. He's just the man to train us. Welcome, Cesar. Thanks for being here. I remember when so many dog shelters